What should I do?
Save America.
And?
Help Trump.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
Yeah, I saw your appearance at CPAC with Ben and with Ted Cruz. And one of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, the DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we'll check back with you.
Thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you.
Big balls.
Democrats, though, are not cheering the changes. Instead, they fear that fraud hunters at DOGE might leak your personal information.
There were thousands of people, and seniors came up to me and just said point blank, Ron, what in hell is going on back there with Social Security? If you have one of these 22-year-olds mishandle somebody's Social Security information, it gets out, that's going to be the mother of all identity thefts.
Adam Schiff is the worst criminal in Congress in the last 250 years.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting a preemptive pardon who was innocent of all crime? Who's just an innocent person? Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person?
But no,
You didn't want President Biden to give you a pardon. You went so far as to convey that to the White House. So what are you going to do about the fact that you've now been given a pardon? Are you going to accept it, or are you planning to look for some type of legal recourse to reject it?
Adam Schiff went to the podium day after day after day saying, I know nothing about this. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to protect it. And then Adam Schiff, led the prosecution of the impeachment trial in the Senate of President Donald Trump.
White House is looking to sell the Nancy Pelosi Federal Building on 7th Street and the century-old building at 50 United Nations Plaza.
Because I think it's really important to win twice. And I won 3 times, if you think about it. But it's only the Republicans smile when I say it happens to be true.
Some more. Some take straight polls, Nancy falls. You heard it here, we tell it all. Saturday morning rundown in the
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday, February 22nd. Almost done with the second month of 2025. Shout out to everybody watching. If you're catching this on the live, come on in. Come on in. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What is up, Rob? Crystal, Dory, Terry, Johnny Sunglasses, Michael. What is up, Joe? Hope everybody's doing amazing today. Stephanie, what is up in the house? Holy tamales. What an amazing meet. We got 877 call cash now. He got confirmed. Pam Bondi gave him a big old hug. This was a fantastic week, guys. I hope your guys' week was as amazing as this administration has been rocking and rolling. Before we jump in, I want to give a huge shout out to the moderators in the chat. Shout out to the moderators in the chat. And then I want to give a huge shout out to everybody catching this on the live. Got some of the best moderators in the business. And that ain't a lie. Wham, bam, thank you, Pam. That's what Stephanie says. Wham, bam, thank you, Pam. We got some stories of the week to run down. We're going to talk a little bit about Trump's foreign policies, power plays, the domestic political chaos that's going on, economic and social shakeups with the Senate greenlighting the $340 billion budget. We have some culture stuff to talk about. We got a meltdown of the week. And we got Elon with a chainsaw. What is up, Terry? Oh, boy. All right. So earlier this week, President Trump's team met with Putin in Saudi Arabia. And Zelensky was crying. I'm sure you guys saw that. Zelensky was boo-hoo, whining and crying that he wasn't invited. And he gave up a stink face the whole entire time. But Trump insists the Ukraine meet regarding particularly repaying America's debt back of $5 billion or in rare minerals as collateral. So this was from February 17th. Let's jump on into this.
I want to have our money secured because we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars. I want to have our money secured because we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars. And, you know, they may make a deal, they may not make a deal, they may be Russian someday, or they may not be Russian someday, but we're going to have all this money in there. And I say, I want it back. And I told them that I want the equivalent, like $500 billion worth of rare earth. And they've essentially agreed to do that. So at least we don't feel stupid. Otherwise, we're stupid. I said to them, we have to get something. We can't continue to pay this money. You know,
we got to get it back. I love how he says billions of dollars. We got to get it back. I just realized as I was taking a sip of this tea, it looks like I'm drinking a 40 at 9 a.m. But it's a black tea. I'm not drinking a 40. I'd be either having a really good day or a really crappy morning, right? If I'm drinking a 40 in the morning. So Zelensky gives in to Trump and will, quote unquote, reportedly sign a deal giving the U.S. access to deposits of critical minerals. This was posted by the Leading Report on February 21st, 2025. So after Zelensky was boohoo, whining, and crying, he ends up giving in. Zelensky just ends up giving in. Can't say his name too much. Stephanie says, I mean, it's been like a month, but it feels longer because things have been lit every day. So much has gotten done. We forgot what progress looks like. Man, you know, it is mind-blowing to me how much progress has gotten done in a week. Every single day, the news cycle is just bam, bam, bam with new news. Pam Bondi's on the hunt. Now Cash Patel is going to be on the hunt. Tom Homan is on the hunt. JD is out there talking crap to the EU. And it's crazy because when you think about it, Joe Biden went on vacation almost every week. And now we're actually getting stuff done. I am incredibly proud of this administration thus far. They are knocking out checklists with vengeance, for sure. For sure. All right. We got this article here from the Daily Mail. Zelensky surrenders to Trump and will sign a mineral deal within hours. This was posted last night. Trump appears to have won his trade standoff with the Z-Man, the Zenny, as the president is set to give in and sign the deal, giving the United States access to deposits of critical minerals. The deal was seen as crucial for satisfying Washington's demands for peace to settle between you and Russia. A 3-year-long war that we didn't absolutely need. Let's see what he has to say here. All these ads on the Daily Mail. It's crazy.
I asked AI to make a photo of me as a cartoon.
Yeah, that's great.
Команди України і США працюють над проектом угоди між нашими урядами. Це угода, яка може додати нашим відносинам і, головне, деталі зробити так, щоб це могло спрацювати. Я сподіваюся на результат, на справедливий результат. Сьогодні ж дуже субстантивно говорив з прем'єр-міністром Люксембургу щодо різних ідей та пропозицій, які є в Європі заради миру, заради гарантій безпеки. Головний висновок: Європа має і може робити значно більше для того, щоб мир реально був досягнутий. Це можливо. У нас з партнерами в Європі є чіткі пропозиції. Ми можемо на цій основі забезпечити реалізацію європейської стратегії. І важливо, щоб це було разом з Америкою.
I don't know if that's going to get demonetized. Because he was just straight. I don't know if that's going to get demonetized. This guy was speaking Russian the entire time. Oh, man. So he gives up. He says, hey, we're going to give up the minerals because, A, we can't find where the money went. Apparently, Joe Biden sent him money. He can't find where the rest of the money went. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to give up the minerals. Probably went, all the money probably went to his army suits that he decides to wear all the time. Brandy says, the Z-Man might have signed the agreement to give America mineral rights, but, I repeat, but all the mineral rights are in the area that Russia has won and taken from Ukraine. So how is that going to work? Good question. Good question. And I don't know what Marco Rubio was I don't know what Marco Rubio was having conversations with Putin and his team about, but we'll find out probably later this week. Dang, the dude just want more of give U.S. American money. The leftists trying so hard to backpedal so fast, they're tripping all over themselves again. Here's the L. Yeah, it is crazy. Shout out to Stephanie for the super chat. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the super chat. Super chat in the house. Yeah. Brandy says, I repeat that the minerals that Zelensky is promising America are on land that Russia has taken over for war. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Zelensky was an actor. He was an actor. Man, have you guys been watching the Candace Owens stuff? I've been following that Becoming Brigitte series like a hawk. Candace Owens is... she is coming in hot with that Brigitte situation. And this dude was an actor. He was an actor before he came into politics. It seems that way, right? It seems same thing with Trudeau. Seems, same kind of fishy stuff going on with Newsom too. Oh, this is going to be a hot one. Catherine writes, wait until Trump finds out who was behind the assassination attempts. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one. Trump axed deportation protections for over 500,000 Haitian migrants, and Kristi Noem is at the helm of this as well. So Noem ends protection for deportation for Haitians. The Department of Homeland Security on Thursday of this week moved to end deportation protection for Haitians in the U.S., likely teeing up legal challenges. This is directly from The Hill. The director from Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, would end the statutes for 520,000 Haitians in the U.S., much like an earlier directive that vacated TPS from Venezuela. DHS deports take some time in action with regarding to Haitians, blaming the prior administration for renewing the protections in June. Joe Biden and his former Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas attempted to tie hands with the Trump administration, tie Trump's hands through the prior administration by extending Haitians temporary protective status for 18 months. Can you believe that? They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Yeah. You can't stop the Trump train is on. Choo-choo. Joe says Candace Owens is amazing. Yeah. And she's absolutely glowing during her pregnancy, by the way. Stephanie says, yeah, it's wild. I love her pregnant self. She's spicy. Yeah, she is. She is. She's great. Trump, Jason writes, Trump is leaving a trail of bodies. Yeah. Oh, man. Give it up for Kristi Noem as well. Oh, this thing is coming out. This thing is coming out. Kash Patel said, and Glenn Beck is a good friend of Kash Patel, and he had stated that E-list is coming out. And Pam Bondi openly stated that it's on her desk. It is on her desk. So we will see. We will see. I think that's going to come out here. The assassination files for JFK are supposed to come out here in the next, probably by the end of the month or middle of next month, supposedly, right? It's crazy to me that they found 2,500 documents that weren't released back in 2017. The Z-Man is also selling our arms to the cartel. Yep. Trump train is always on the move. Rebecca says, good morning. Good morning to you too, Rebecca. Shout out to Rebecca. Rebecca in the house. I can't stop smiling after watching what Trump and his warriors are getting accomplished. They're getting it done. What is up, my mind? My mind in the house. All these legal actions coming from the left is like watching Trump in a shooting gallery. It is absolutely awesome. I agree. So the U.S. slapped sanctions on Rwanda, officially linked to DRC, which is a rebellious group, and Mexico and Venezuela, pushing back against Trump's hardline policies. Here we go.
The United States has imposed sanctions on Rwanda's Minister of State for Regional Cooperation, James Kabarebe, over alleged links to M23 armed group, which is active in eastern DRC. Kigali has, however, rejected Washington's claims. A Minister of State is junior to a cabinet minister and assists in day-to-day running of the ministry. In Rwanda, Regional Cooperation is a department under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation led by Cabinet Minister Olivier Nduhungirehe, who is not among those sanctioned by the U.S. The U.S. says Rwanda's Minister of State for Regional Cooperation, Kabarebe, is central to Rwanda's support for M23. The state minister is a former general of the Rwanda Defense Force, RDF. He retired from military service in August 2023. In a statement issued on Thursday, February 20th, the U.S. Department of the Treasury described Kabarebe as a central political and military figure who has played key roles in conflicts in DRC over the past 3 decades. Washington claims that the state minister is a Rwandan government liaison to M23 and orchestrates the Rwanda Defense Forces support for the armed group. America adds that Kabarebe manages much of Rwanda and M23's generation of revenue from DRC's mineral resources. According to the U.S. Treasury, the state minister has coordinated the export of extracted minerals from mining sites in DRC for eventual export from Rwanda. Washington emphasizes that Kabarebe is responsible for or has engaged in actions or policies that threaten the peace, security, or stability of DRC. Responding to the U.S. sanctions on its state minister, Rwanda termed Washington's actions unjustified and unfounded. Through its Foreign Affairs Ministry, Kigali stated on Thursday, February 20th, that if sanctions could resolve conflict in eastern DRC, we would have had peace in the region decades ago. Rwanda reiterated its position on the DRC conflict, saying Kinshasa sides with hostile armed groups in DRC, but they have not been sanctioned by the U.S. Kigali also rejects Washington's assertions that Rwanda is destabilizing DRC to exploit Kinshasa's mineral resources. In its statement, Rwanda said its only aim is a secure border and an irreversible end to the politics of armed ethnic extremism in our region. Kigali added that this is a matter of national security and that is our only driver. Rwanda further warned that foreign sanctions risk prolonging the resolution of conflict in DRC. America also imposed sanctions on M23's civilian spokesperson, Lawrence Kanyuka Kingston, for having acted for or on behalf of M23. According to Washington, Kanyuka owns a food services company in the UK and a mining consultancy firm in French capital Paris. The sanctions on Kabarebe and Kanyuka mean that all their property and interests in the US are blocked and must be reported to the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC. 2 key cities in eastern DRC, Goma and Bukavu, have now fallen under M23's control, with the group's recent advances into more Congolese territory resulting in the deaths of at least 3,000 people since January 26. The UN says 2,800 other people have been injured during that period.
So those of you that are just jumping in, U.S. slapped sanctions on Rwanda, officially linked with DRC and the M23 rebellious group. Michael, send a bill for the Haitians. Send the bill for the Haitians to the Clinton Foundation. They embezzled billions, which they have used to rebuild their country. Agreed. And Michael, I'm still. I know you asked a question regarding the J6ers. A few of the J6ers getting kicked out of CPAC. I only came across a couple different. Well, it was the same footage, but it was the one individual getting kicked out of CPAC. But I'm not clear on exactly what happened. If anybody has some information regarding the J6ers getting kicked out of CPAC, let me know in the comment section. Julie says the Trump administration will go down in history. I think so too. And you know, they're talking about putting Trump on Mount Rushmore. Why not? Right? I think he's doing a lot of good things. They dump thousands of them in small towns just to make other Democrats strong. Hold, deport them all. This is how we got Omar in Congress. By the way, Obama did the same thing. Caller is talking about the Haitians. The Haitians. Jason says, the people are yelling at DOGE. Yep, the ones that yell the most have the most to hide. Rebecca says, did y'all see the clip where Trump called out, yeah, Maine governor, she picked the wrong fight. Yeah, that was hilarious. Let me see if I can pull that up right now. Let me pull that up. I didn't have that lined up, but let me see. That was hilarious. Actually, hold on.
By the way, that's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. The NCAA.
Enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in politics. I'll see you in court. There was a post on X. It was like, somebody call 911, homicide. Oh, man. Can the U.S. government build a jail and send all the Democrats there? This is what my mind writes. I believe the whole party is corrupt and abused their powers and wasted our tax dollars on crap. I agree. Send them to Guantanamo. Send them to Guantanamo. Yeah, there it is, right there. Oh, man. This guy's a hoot. We're going to have 4 more years of this. My mind says Guantanamo Bay will be full of illegal criminals. There's no space for corrupt government there. Was it Texas that they didn't have enough cells and the Texas governor put tents outside? I believe that was in Texas, right? And they said, oh, here's the material to build a tent, and here's a cot, and you can sleep outside. This happened probably 5-6 years ago. Yeah, we need to do an audit on the Democrats for sure. For sure. We need to see where all their money's coming from, where all their money went. Over 30 federal prosecutors tied to J6 probes were axed.
Also, more firings. President Trump terminates multiple Biden-appointed U.S. attorneys effectively immediately. I'm surprised he didn't do that the first day he was in. Bill Clinton, for corrupt reasons, fired 98 of the 100 the first day he was in office in 1993. So those snakes all have to be removed, or they will continue to try to sabotage the country. The White House sent letters to multiple Biden-appointed holdovers, U.S. attorneys, informing them that their termination, of course, familiar with the matter, confirmed to ABC News. Emails were sent out.
It was Arizona. Thank you. Thank you, Dick. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, it was Arizona that built the tents in the jails.
Yesterday by the Deputy Director of the White House Office of Presidential Personnel that informed the U.S. attorneys they were ousted effective immediately. According to Reuters, the email reads as follows. At the direction of the President, Donald John Trump, I am writing to inform you that your position at the U.S. Attorney is terminated effective immediately. What makes this more unique is that the orders for termination came directly from the White House rather than from Attorney General. During the last Trump administration, then AG Jeff Sessions asked Obama-appointed U.S. attorneys to resign.
Mary says, Arizona had the tents and pink underwear. Can you imagine that? You're a criminal. You're a high-profile criminal. And you're you're wearing pink underwear and sleeping outside. That sucks. Oh, man. Cash needs to investigate what happened in Las Vegas during Trump's first term. Yeah, you know, that's one thing that really irks me about, I believe you're referencing the October incident that occurred and the mass shooting, and it's hardly ever publicized. A buddy of mine did a good documentary on this. It was on, I believe it was on Hulu for a while. It was called The Money Machine. Speaking about, because after the Vegas shooting, they did this huge fundraiser, and they started this nonprofit called Vegas Strong. And through that, money was presumably funneled for re-election campaigns. It makes sense, right? And recently I've been diving into that. You know, unfortunately, it's one of those things like the 9/11 situation. Platforms like this don't necessarily they censor it, and it's crazy to me. I think I might just do I might just post the findings that I found for. I'm going on a total tangent. This tea is really kicking. I'll do a video on that and maybe just post it in the Discord link. If you're not part of the Discord link, it's down below. Corrupt FBI blocked out helicopters. Yep. Yeah, there were some flight patterns that were very interesting. Some flight patterns with the helicopters, some flight logs that were very interesting. Gunshots after that. It just crazy. That whole October situation in Las Vegas was crazy. All right. Federal workers stage protests across the country against Elon Musk. They're destroying Tesla showcases for the cars. They're protesting Elon Musk. Figures, right? What side are you on?
Has got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey, ho!
Question, why are all these guys still wearing masks?
Ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey!
I've seen like 4 people already on this video. 40-second video that have masks on. Why would you be upset? Why would you be upset of a contracting situation with DOGE finding billions and billions of dollars of your tax dollars that were going to people's pockets or fraudulent things? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Crazy. See you later, Brandy. Johnny says, Vegas Strong. I was there. Yep. Thank you for the mention. Jake Long, 4 years in prison. Lots spent in solitary confinement. He's running for Senate. Dozens of people. Sheeple. Yep. Yep. That's a very small crowd for a protest. They gave them free donuts. They gave them free donuts, free masks. The coffee must have ran out, so they were like, this is crap. They're destroying Teslas at the auto dealership. It's crazy to me. Federal workers stage a protest across the country against Elon Musk, mass firings, and service cuts. Look, this one's a little bit bigger in my mind. Those 75,000 federal workers that took the buyout offer, here's what they're doing now. Look. This one's a little bigger.
Go for Mexico. Go for Mexico. Go for Mexico.
They were saying Gulf of Mexico. Are you kidding me? Stephanie says they probably all drive Teslas too. Yeah, they did. Elon got him. He was like, hey, buy a Tesla, green new scam. Buy a Tesla, buy a Tesla, buy a Tesla. All these liberals own Teslas. He's like, the T on the back stands for Trump. Gotcha. Hey, ho, ho. No, you are the ones that got, hey, ho, ho. You are the ones that got to go. Biden made a deal with Musk. Trump ended it. Yeah, they were talking about the armored vehicles too. People are freaking out about Elon Musk and DOGE accessing sensitive taxpayer data, and it's like they're all upset. Politico's saying it's a 5-alarm fire. It's a 5-alarm fire. DOGE access private taxpayer. Blah blah blah. Honestly, I trust DOGE more with my personal information than anything. Democrats and taxpayer experts are sounding the alarms after a plan by Elon Musk's DOGE team to gain access to the IRS system that contains detailed financial information about a million taxpayers, including their tax returns. Oh, big whoop. Big whoop. Big whoop. DEI. Donald ended it. Jenny Bug says Elon is only doing what we, the people, want and voted for. 100%. 100%. Too many hardened minds in this game of Go. A Democrat representative, Jimmy Gomez from California, says this is a 5-alarm fire. They're accessing our personal information. It doesn't matter.
That the reason that you want to get into Social Security, that you want to get into all of these different, into Treasury and things like that, is that you're looking for personal information and you're trying to make more money.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody as rich as you that cared less about money in my life. Every time I hear a story about you, you're sleeping on a couch of some other guy in a city that you could buy the entire thing.
Yeah,
I don't think you care about money, do you?
No, actually, I memean, listen, like if I steal some Social Security, I can finally buy nice things.
Yeah.
You know?
and right now.
Stephanie says he used to run PayPal. Shake my head. He's also verified and certified as a government consultant and contractor. I'm afraid more of Karen at the IRS taking my stuff home to process. Same thing. Yeah. Me too. Or the DMV person, the person at the DMV. I'm more worried about them. You're right. This guy used to run PayPal. He probably has all the information anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But this was hilarious. He's like, yeah, I can finally have access to all the Social Security numbers so I can finally buy nice things.
I mean, listen, like if I steal some Social Security, I can finally buy nice things.
Yeah.
You know?
Elon has TS security clearance. Yeah, exactly. Catherine writes, Biden administration stole it all for the illegals. Yeah, that's probably why. Honestly, that's probably why when those numbers came out about the people over 300 years old, 250 years old, they were probably giving, presumably, I got to say that for YouTube's, presumably that information to illegals. And that's why there's so many people over 150 years old. Yeah. Like Rob says, Elon has one of the highest security clearances you can get as a civilian. Like, and the way that this guy came out here at the CPAC conference is hilarious, with the sunglasses, with the chain, with the hat. He's a walking meme here. This came out from the Babylon Bee here. Here it is right here. Look at this. Let me blow this up. Babylon Bee says Elon Musk cuts off Social Security benefits. Cuts off Social Security benefits of thousands of Revolutionary War veterans. Oh, boy. The Babylon Bee.
Weekend, Elon Musk and his team of DOGE went into the Social Security office in order to start their audit. If you're watching any kind of mainstream media anymore, like The Hill or stupid Bloomberg, you're going to see a lot of headlines like this. Musk is coming for your Social Security. No, Elon Musk hasn't discovered fraud at the Social Security office. This article is hidden behind a paywall, so you can't read it without paying. I found it on another app, and essentially it says, no, he didn't discover the fraud at the Social Security office. We actually discovered that same fraud back in like 2013, 2018, something like that. Okay, then like, what did you do about it? Because I don't remember hearing about it. Any hoosers. Musk came in with the receipts. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. This is a list of how old people are in the United States, and this is how many of people that are this old in the United States. In mainstream media's defense, no, it doesn't necessarily prove that all of these people who are still listed as active Social Security numbers over here.
Hold on, look at this. 150 to 159 years old. Look at that number. Holy smokes. They got to be on Good Morning America or something.
At 140 years old, have receiving benefits. No, it doesn't. It must have proved something because the director of the Social Security office, Michelle King, resigned. Again, if you're watching mainstream media, you're going to see that she resigned over the scuffle with Elon Musk. She'd been with Social Security office, director of Social Security office for 30 years. And they're saying that she resigned because she got into a scuffle with Elon Musk about that people's data. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't leave a job after 30 years because of a little scuffle. I think it's because she refused to provide the DOGE staff with access to the data that they requested, so she just quit. They got access to the data, and then she quit. Nothing sus about that at all. There's a ton of fraud going on at the Social Security office. More fraud than I think you probably even realize. Whose Social Security numbers have been heisted and then applied for benefits and then have been getting benefits unbeknownst to the people whose Social Security numbers were heisted. There's some of that. People who died a long time ago but are still getting Social Security benefits. There's some of that too. A lot of that, actually. A lot of Social Security numbers that are just active out here that are just waiting to receive benefits and haven't gotten benefits because they haven't applied yet. And this shit, they're not keeping track of any of this because if they were, they would have updated the records, which they're not because God knows how fucking deep this is gonna fucking go. People are even, like, the media and people on social media are even, like, outraged about this. Elon doing this is wild to me. Look, I'm not saying you need to go slob the knob of Elon Musk, okay? Let's not be Ashley St. Clair. We're not going to do that. What I am saying is that, Jesus Christ, like, this has been going on for 100 years, and now you know about it. Now maybe something can be done of it. Well, how are you mad at this guy? You don't have to love him, but you can well better respect the fact that he's doing this and then just putting this information out to the public so that now you are aware. So indoctrinated into the system that you're actively fighting for the system to keep, you know what, let me show you that. This is Ed Crestistan. Now everybody is really, really aware that Ed Crestistan probably gets paid to post what he posts, which is fine, go get your bag, right? But my brother in Christ, are you actively going to come out here and tell us that an audit of the Internal Revenue System is going to be bad for the American people? Are you high? Absolutely not. The government has been stealing our money since the day that you were able to work, since the day you signed up for your very first job at the Dairy Queen. They've just been taking your money and they've been spending it on just erroneous crap. Without income taxes, how does the government generate revenue to balance the budget? It doesn't. You're exactly right. It doesn't. Defund the government. That's the point. This is what we voted for. Good Lord, man. You're so indoctrinated to the system that you're actively out here fighting for the very system that's trying to keep you down. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't, but if you're like, stop this. You can manage and keep your own money. You should have a choice and a decision as to what program that money is going to go to that you're paying every month.
Agreed. We get taxed on everything. We get taxed on everything. Jenny writes, what is Elon doing with my Social Security number? Get rid of student debt. Pretty sure he has more money than I've saved in the time I took to type this out. Yeah, exactly. Justin Number says, do people now realize that Elon Musk has more information on people via Tesla than him sifting through dirty records of Democrats? There it is. The Tesla is basically an iPhone on wheels. Collects data, everything. Elon owned PayPal at its peak when everyone and their mom was using it. He has everyone's info. Exactly. These people are freaking out for nothing. The one person is 250 years old. Wow. I wonder what his secret is. Yeah. Probably child's blood. I don't know. Probably one of the Democrats' daughters or something like that. I don't know. Might think Tesla is equivalent to our cell phones. It's literally learning your behavior. Those dirty records are chump change compared to the volume of data we're willing to give up driving. Yep, I agree. See you later, Terry. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you. Federal income tax was supposed to be temporary. Then the government found out it could pay itself ultimate funds. Yep, the ultimate Ponzi scheme. The ultimate Ponzi scheme. Senate Republicans approved the budget framework, pushing past Democrats' objectives after an all-night vote. The Senate greenlit $340 billion budget to boost the military fund and fund mass deportations. This is another absolute win of this week here. This is an absolute win of this week. They did a vote-o-rama, apparently, whatever that means for people in Congress, whatever that means. A vote-o-rama. That means they stayed until 7 p.m. We're going to jump into some borders are some ICE raids here in a minute. Unionized Costco workers vote to strike for better wages. Unions have become big mobs. Costco's brutal anti-union strategy shocks and workers start to strike.
Costco decides to give a raise to over $30 an hour to who? Their non-union employees, leaving 18,000 union members waiting. They're like, wait a minute, who's getting a bigger raise? The non-union folks are getting paid more than you. But that's not fair. Well, then don't leave the union, right? Anyways, Costco announced that all the employees of its non-union stores will get a raise just the day before employees at its 50 unionized local locations go on a strike. Hourly pay for non-union members at the Costco pay scale will get an hour raise to $30.20 per hour with a $1 raise coming to next 2 years afterwards. More than half of Costco's employees are at the top of the pay scale owing to extremely low turnover. Non-union employees at the low end of the pay scale will receive 50 cents an hour raise. Raising starting will pay $20 an hour. Additional benefits will be also granted, including an extra week of vacation after 30 years and vacation for new workers in their first year. Tom, tell us what's going on here with Costco, because I'm liking this move a little bit.
So first of all, let's pull a couple words out of here. More than half of Costco's employees are at the top of the pay scale, meaning if you have a range for a position, they're at the top of it because of extremely low turnover. So in other words, they've been getting raises each year and they've been moving along, and now they're at the top of that.
I'll stop it right there. So again, unionized Costco workers vote to strike or unionize. So unionized Costco workers vote to strike for better wages. Non-union workers are getting $30 an hour at Costco. I heard Costco is a good company to work for. I had a buddy of mine that worked for Costco for a very long time. He said he wouldn't have quit. But he got he ended up getting like an apprenticeship at the elevators union. So, that's what he wanted to do. Any of you guys know people that work at Costco? Crime Tape 24 says, I don't want Elon Musk to have my social security number. I want the DMV, job, bank, IRS, hospital, car dealership, mortgage company, credit card company, hunting and fishing license. Yeah. Time to build back our country. This is what TJ says. Time to build back the country. We have been robbed within. What we have found out, Trump is trying to bring peace. The Democrats are mad. Go figure. Piggy bank is drying up. Their pockets are drying up. Brian says elevator tech make good money. Yeah, they do. Yeah, and he really enjoys it. He left Costco. He's probably been with the elevator union for, holy smokes, probably for like 15 years or something like that. Orange man, badass. Yeah. All right, let's jump into some ICE stuff. I just saw this morning Vanilla Ice's song. Dun 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 dun. Ice, ice, baby. It's trending again. I don't know if it's because of this, but it's trending again. Tom Homan says ICE changes policies and they are going into churches and schools.
Operation is expensive. It's expensive to enforce the laws and protect our national security, but I don't put a price tag on securing that border. Once we secure the border, we show consequences. The number is already down. We had like 500 crossings in one day. Compare that to 10 to 12,000 a day under Biden.
Right, but why is it better
that's
to
one
use
of
a
the lowest I've seen in
military
my 34-year career.
But why is it better to use a military plane that costs so much more than just a chartered plane, which is what was happening before?
Charter planes are still running at full capacity. This is just an added thing, and they can put a lot more people on a plane rather than they can make a long distance, such as going to Colombia. We'll use them for European removal. So it makes sense to fill that plane up, a lot of people, and get them moving. Again, it's an added asset because our air contracts now are full, 100% capacity. So as we add more flights, I'm sure we'll add more charter flights. But right now, DOD is working with us on the border, building infrastructure. Obedience and denial. They're down there putting razor wire up, and they're flying planes.
Okay.
They're also going to probably do some ground transportation. We're going to use DOD.
And I should note that we are told that the Department of Homeland Security will not be reimbursing the Pentagon for these flights. That sometimes is the case, but we were told today that that's not the case. On what you said earlier about your big priority right now is deporting public safety threats and national security threats. How does changing the ICE policy that allows agents to conduct arrest and enforcement at churches and schools help with that?
There's no safe haven for public safety threats and national security threats. People say, well, were you really going to a high school? Well, people need to look at the MS-13 members and Tren Agua members who enter this country, a majority between the ages of 15 and 17. Many are attending our schools. And they're selling drugs in the schools, and they're doing strong arm robberies of other students. So we not go into schools or hospitals as a matter of practice, but if it's a significant public safety threat or a significant homeland security threat, there's no safe haven. We'll go where we need to go to take them out.
He says we're going to go where we need to go. We're going to go where we need to go to get this public safety threat handled. Just a number says, I don't know how I feel about Order 3418. 3418. That's with, I haven't really looked into it. That's with the uranium situation, right? And something with the Grand Canyon, I believe. Yeah. They fired and laying off thousands of forest rangers and park rangers. Yep. I heard, though, that they were going to replace them with another 5,000. I'm not 100% sure. I briefly saw that somewhere. I think it was on the Daily Mail about that they're going to hire new folks. I'm not sure. Joe says working with an elevator company has its ups and downs. Oh man, that was a good dad joke. That was good. That was good. Justin Number says, I saw ice in my neighborhood yesterday. I don't know what he was doing on. I don't know what was going on, but it wasn't frozen ice. Oh man. Tom Homan went on Jesse Waters last night and talked about the deportations, how his numbers are not enough.
Mr. Homan, what happened to this ICE guy? Did he get doged?
Look, the ICE numbers have been good. I've been asked the last few weeks. They're good. They're twice as much as Biden arrested a year ago from today, but I want more. We got 700,000 illegal aliens walking the streets of this country with criminal convictions. We got to arrest more. We got to increase targeting. We got to increase operations. We got to take sanctuary cities on. Sanctuary cities don't want to help, so we'll double the manpower in sanctuary cities. This is a never-ending effort that we're not going to slow down. We're going to increase. So this is what's happening. We want more arrests. We want more action, and I won't rest. I won't rest till every criminal illegal alien is eradicated from this country. Every illegal alien gang member is eradicated from this country. Well, our numbers will help. They're looking good. Not good enough. I'm not satisfied. We're going to keep pushing.
All right. I like to hear those high standards. That's important, and that's what the people expect. What's going on with Gitmo? We heard you guys basically emptied it.
We gotta make room for more.
I like what he said. He said, hey, the numbers are good, but we need to get more. And, mainstream media, folks in Chicago, people like AOC are protesting against the deportation of some of these illegal migrants. And they're saying, hey, you got to know your rights. You got to know your rights. And I think that's what's dropping some of these numbers down. We could not arrest fugitives hiding inside schools and churches. Absolutely.
With Gitmo's, we're building the capacity. Gitmo will be up to, 2,500 beds, I think, by this week. Then, the president wants 30,000 beds. We're actually building capacity. We're arresting a lot of criminals, moving to Gitmo. We got to make space for more. So, again, we're focusing on the criminal threats in this country. We got to have beds available because once we arrest them, we want to send them to Gitmo. So we're just making room, Jesse.
All right. Well, I don't know where to get beds, but I know where to get pillows. I think Mike could help you out with that. I heard he does good business. The cartels are getting craftier. They're obviously trying to adapt to what you're throwing at them. You're seeing this video now. They're on boats. How have you seen the coyotes and the cartels kind of reorient their business to handle what you've done?
Look, they are going more maritime. We knew they would. That's why we've increased Coast Guard patrols 3 times, 3 times more than we have in the past. So Coast Guard will answer that call. So we're going to shut them down maritime too. Look, we're going to put them out of business. President Trump is designating them criminal terrorist organizations, which they should be. They've killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in this world combined. President Trump will end up wiping them off the face of the earth. So we're going to put them out of business. You put them out of business, you take their money away. They can't bribe Mexican officials. They can't bribe anybody. Without money, they have no power. And we're not just going to attack in Mexico. The Jalisco cartel, we're going to attack them in the 43 countries that have operations currently, operations in 43 different countries. We're going to attack them worldwide.
That's a bold statement. Hopefully we get some more cooperation from the Mexican government and we can straighten it out. Tom Homan, great to talk to you.
A bold
Good luck.
statement by a bold president.
Exactly.
They got drones now flying at the border. We got some good stuff rocking. Trump took away protection from the media, had from lawsuits. Now they can get sued easier. Yeah. He's kicking folks out of the White House presser as well. It's like this clip right here. This clip was buzzing. Elon Musk with a chainsaw at CPAC.
the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
He's like a kid right now. Yeah. Stephanie says the dude is having the time of his life. Yeah. This is the chainsaw of democracy.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
All right. I love it. Mr. President, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, man. Apparently they don't like it. Doji style. Yeah, Elon's a big kid. I love it too. I love it. Firesign says they're not allowed in schools or churches, but they can't protect anyone outside of them. Yep, soon as the bell rings. Cindy says, Cindy writes, I say hospitals must be included. I think Gaza, but also think about the hospitals swamped by 40 attackers last week. Yeah, I think it was in Germany. I think you're right. Johnny Sunglasses awkwardly awesome. Oh man. All right. We had the confirmation of call cash now. Cash Patel was confirmed 5149. Here's a little past clip of this here.
The other thing that I put in the book that I recommended the boss to do hits on this. We need a 24/7 declassification office.
Yes.
Rolling papers out 24/7. And not just like
ticker
JFK
tape.
and not just 9/11. You're talking to the guy that's read the whole 9/11 report and those 7 pages that people talk about. But I believe, as like the guy who's an intel guy who believes wholeheartedly in the classified system of information, I believe that it has been over-abused by these corrupt officials in government to hide the truth and enact more corrupt activities. So what I told the boss was like, I don't care what you call it, truth and reconciliation, whatever, come up with a better name. But every agency and department literally submits all of their documentation. And I believe you could get half out, half. I still think the other half needs to remain classified. I'll always argue that it does serve a purpose. But like you're seeing in these documents in the Jack Smith case, they're just redacting stuff that they lied about, that they broke the law.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's used to protect themselves.
And it's a public document in a federal court, which is a document for the people of the United States. And we can have you run that office. You can come in and just be like, hey, I want all the Saudi documents.
I'll gladly do that. I'd be so happy.
Yeah,
so Luke will be the press secretary for the Libertarian Party.
The declassifying
the
documenter.
viceroy of declassification.
Absolutely. I like that.
There you go.
I'm in. You got, where do I sign up?
Yeah. But I think that's how you earn the respect. Like you said, Donald Trump started talking about these things. Then we started putting these documents out there. And remember when I ran Russiagate, right? They came after me and said, if you put out the Nunes memo and you put this out that you wrote, our enemies and our allies are going to get murdered. Nope.
Brian said, I loved the picture with Elon and the kitchen sink. Yeah, that's how Cash is walking in this weekend. That's how Cash is going to be walking in this weekend, too. I love that picture, too, with Elon walking in to Twitter when he bought it with the sink. That was hilarious. I'm going to start this. This is Cash Patel's speech after he got sworn in. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see. I think it was 3 minutes in.
Remarks. I wish I could go around the room and, tell the story about how each and every one of you have magically touched my life to put me in this position. What a roller coaster ride it has been. I do know this. We are in this room together because you guys have a love of country that is truly inspirational, and it bleeds out everywhere we go. And if you look around this room, you see civil servants, you see warriors, you see attorneys, you see great husbands and fathers and mothers and wives. And we're fighting for the same thing, our future, our children, this guy. And there is no greater mission. I wish I had more words to thank every single one of you, but every time I look at every single one of you, you guys know the stories you can't tell. More importantly, the ones you can. You know, this is, Pam and I were just talking in the back, and we were like, do you believe this? Like, you know, we were on the campaign trail together. We were attorneys in the first administration together. Now we're here. She's the Attorney General. I'm the Director of the FBI. Like, this is insane. And I don't really fully believe it yet. I hope to. But I'm just not here without you guys. And look, I know the media's in here. And if you have a target, that target's right here. It's not the men and women at the FBI. You've written everything you possibly can about me that's fake, malicious, slanderous, and defamatory. Keep it coming. Bring it on. But leave the men and women of the FBI out of it. They deserve better. And for those of you who think that there's going to be a two-tier system of justice, not with Attorney General Bondi. There's a singular system of justice for all Americans, and there will be accountability. And the reason that this mission is so important is simply the following. 100,000 people last year raped. 100,000 people died of CCP fentanyl overdose and heroin. 17,000 homicides. Violent crime is out of control. We cannot have a United States of America where that is acceptable, where someone dies every 30 minutes, where someone ODs every 7, where someone's raped every 6. That cannot be allowed to continue, and it will not be allowed to continue. Our national security mission is equally as important. Anyone that wishes to do harm to our way of life and our citizens here or abroad will face the full wrath of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And if you seek to hide in any corner of this country or any corner of this planet, we will put on the world's largest manhunt, and we will find you, and we will decide your end state, not you. We will uphold the Constitution. We will uphold ourselves to the Constitution. The men and women at the FBI, I have your back because you have the backs of the American people. You will be held to the same high standard. Any deviation from that standard will not be tolerated at this Federal Bureau of Investigation. The men and women at the FBI who make us safe deserve better, and they are going to get it with our leadership and your support. God bless America, and God bless every one of you. I love this country.
877 call cash now. Brian Donovan says, MAGA Avengers assemble. Let me see if I got it. Do I got it? Do I got the, let me see.
Call it, Captain. All right, listen up. Until we can close that portal, our priority is containment. Barton, I want you on that roof. Stark, you got the perimeter. Thor, you gotta try and bottleneck that portal. You and me, we stay here on the ground. Hulk, smash.
MAGA Avengers assemble for sure. And Brian also says his girlfriend is beautiful. Yeah, she absolutely is. She's stunning. She's very beautiful.
That's fake.
And I love the way that she's looking at Cash. I love that. Rob says these people are receiving Social Security checks that are older than America itself. Oh, man. He said he's starting this weekend. He's starting this weekend. Let's effing go. Oh, man. Shifty Shift is shaking in his boots. This was a cool speech from Miss Hubba, another beautiful woman here.
I want to say something different and share a story that I've never told. Ash is my brother. I could cry. I'm not allowed to cry. I'm supposed to be a tough chick. I fake it. So Cash is my brother. We always say we're brother and sister. We have gone through a lot together. In fact, we went to a grand jury, and one of the pictures they put up was me and Cash, and I started laughing hysterically, and so did he. And I remember saying, "You're right, that's my friend. Do you have a problem with it?" The reality of the situation is when I started here and I started in this world, I did not know anything about it. Cash had my back. I could cry. I'm so proud of you. That's all I want to say. The president is proud of you. I'm proud of you. That's right. You guys got Haba on camera crying. But when I started working for President Trump, he told me, I want to make things right. There were no indictments yet. I thought I was just going to be a normal lawyer. I was like, sure, I'll do it, no problem. But sir, I'm not getting involved in politics. Next thing I know, I sue Hillary Clinton. And this guy had my back, taught me so much about what we're about to change. He told me what the swamp was. He taught me about the case. He told me what he saw. And that was the minute I became committed to America, to President Trump, and to Kash Patel. And I would not be here if it was not for this person. And that's the real honest truth. And I've never said that, but President Trump and Kash Patel have been my warriors. They have been pushing me to fight for this country, and now I am so proud to be in this administration with you as the head of the FBI. You deserve it.
That was awesome. Sorry for the volume on that. Whoever recorded that, it was just a little low. AOC is a party favor. Stay safe, brothers and sisters. It's a matter of time. The Democrats are going to blow their cover. I pray we don't suffer along with them by their evil actions. That's what TJ says.
Has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine.
Oh, this is the main clip. This is the main clip. Is this the one with the sunglasses? Oh, this is the one with the sunglasses. Here it is, right here. This is... Oh, it's buffering.
That's good. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor, because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. The NC.
These memes are going to be hot. All right. Press secretary. Media outlets face, legacy media outlets are facing heat and buckling under Donald Trump's threats. AP, all these other places. FCC launched investigations on several networks.
Constituents in some traditionally red districts right now complaining about what they say is the chainsaw approach and saying that it's been done very sloppily, the cuts to jobs and spending. How do you respond to that criticism?
I love how the media takes a few critics when the overwhelming response from the American people is support for what this administration is doing. If you look at the public polling, 70% of Americans, according to CBS, believe that President Trump is delivering on the promises he made. And there should be no secret about the fact that this administration is committed to cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. The president campaigned on that promise. Americans elected him on that promise, and he's actually delivering on it. And this is something that Democrats promised they would do for decades. President Trump is just the first president to get it done.
Let me ask you about the fraud, if I can. We can all have our own opinion about what is wasteful spending, and Republicans have praised the president for cutting wasteful spending, but fraud, of course, is a crime. So have you turned over evidence of fraud to the Justice Department, and when should we expect to see those indictments?
It's a clever question. First of all, I think all Americans would agree that funding mastectomies in Mozambique is not something that the American people should be funding, or DEI programs. I think it's fraudulent that the American government has been ripping off taxpayers in this way. And we also do know there has been extensive fraud, particularly if you look at Social Security. In fact, according to an IG report from the Social Security Administration, there was $71 billion worth of fraud in one single fiscal year that we know about. And so that is a lot of fraud, Peter, that this the government has admitted to. So
this administration is committed to finding even more of that fraud, waste, and abuse.
To be clear, that $71 billion was from 2015 to 2022, so it wasn't in just 1 year, and it was
$71 billion.
But it wasn't in 1 year, just to be clear.
In one report.
And it was in one report over multiple years, from 2015 to 2022.
So are you defending $71 billion in fraud, Peter? That's a lot of money, far too much, and that's why this administration, why is the media so against cutting waste, fraud, and abuse from the government? I don't get it.
I just want to ask a question.
We won't be deterred. We will not be deterred from people like you and the press who are clearly adamantly opposed to cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. But we know that American taxpayers at home who have been struggling with an inflationary crisis don't want their tax dollars going towards crazy DEI programs in countries overseas. They also don't like the fact that there has been $71 billion worth of fraud in Social Security and improper payments going out the door. That's a problem that needs to be fixed, and President Trump is going to fix it. That's your fifth question. Elena, do you have anything to add?
Cringy Jean Pierre couldn't do any of that. She couldn't do any of that. What an upgrade. Mega me hard. Yeah, she's always prepared. She takes these mental notes. She knows what's up. She knows what's going on. We're going to jump into a little segment here. Meltdown of the week. Here we go. We got two, okay? We got Dick Durbin. And then we got this former Minnesota Vikings punter. Listen to this guy.
I believe we're on the path that Nazi Germany went down under Hitler. And I say that as a political science and history major, as someone who has studied history. And the parallels are very, very clear. This administration is trying to erase trans people. This administration is trying to put obedience over duty to the country. This administration is trying to thrust our country into turmoil in order to reap power for themselves.
He went on this rant this week. And then did this peaceful protest, and then got booted out in cuffs. This guy's crap. Then we have Dick Durbin. We got Dick Durbin throwing a tantrum.
In the investigation of that day, I say they were doing their job, and they did it well. And now to remove them from the FBI because of that has obviously hurt the morale of the FBI agency and made them stop and wonder what the future holds for them. If another president comes in with another political agenda, will they be the victims again? As we've seen for weeks now, the Trump administration's purge of the FBI is a political exercise that has spread to senior career officials. In the FBI long history, this has never happened before. This purge has dramatically weakened the FBI's ability to combat national security threats and has made America less safe. Senior leaders with collectively hundreds of years of experience have been forced out, creating a leadership vacuum. Thousands of line agents fear losing their jobs simply because they were assigned to work on cases involving the January 6th attack or President Trump.
He goes on and on, and then rants. Cash Patel is not fit.
Patel and sister are just political prisoners. One of Mr. Patel's choir boys, Julian Cater.
He's scared.
Hater. He was convicted of assaulting Capitol Police officers with pepper spray. One of those officers was Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. Brian Sicknick suffered multiple strokes and died the day after the attack. Mr. Cater was one of the people who assaulted him. Mr. Patel has called these violent January 6 rioters, and I quote, political prisoners. That includes...
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, he's scared. All right, here's Cash Patel on Dick Durbin about this situation here.
lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list? And why is it that the Senate, and good for Senator Blackburn to try to get it out, but then Dick Durbin comes over the top and says, no, we're not going to release the names. I don't care about the list itself, but if release the names, right? What the hell are the House Republicans doing? That Bill Gates is lobbying Congress?
He's scared. He's scared about the list. You know who else is scared too? This woman right here. Our favorite person here.
That yes, as the mayor of the city, the buck stops with me. I am in charge. However, the person in charge of the fire department, as I mentioned before, whenever there was a fire emergency, a weather emergency, or a hint of a problem, I am contacted directly, and not just by Chief Crowley, but by any of the heads of the departments. As you know, we have over 40 departments.
When I talked about it with the fire chief, what she said is that we have warnings of Santa Ana winds a lot, but predicting this, and you saw, from the city, from the county, that level of preparation really didn't happen. So it didn't reach that level to me to say something terrible could happen and maybe you shouldn't have gone on the trip.
Why didn't it
But to
happen?
me, I don't know. I mean, I think that that's one of the things we need to look at. So 2 investigations are taking place.
So this leaked phone call from James O'Keefe. So shout out to James O'Keefe. LA Mayor Karen Bass preemptively defended her Ghana trip. Listen to this.
In terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 work days. That's it. And if President Biden extends me an invitation, I took it. And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate, and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
Leaked phone call from January 4th reveals Mayor Karen Bass defending her controversial trip to Ghana while dropping cryptic warnings just days before the devastating LA fires ignited. Mayor Karen Bass admitted that addressing the growing safety issues in MacArthur Park is not her area of expertise.
That the situation is very dangerous, and I would never do. I will take the criticism before I do a publicity stunt. And frankly, a press conference at this point in time would just be publicity.
I think
the
neighbors, the property owners,
yeah,
and the residents. I mean, 41,000 people live within a square mile here.
Yeah.
2 families share a 1-bedroom apartment.
But they want to hear that something is going to be done.
They want to know it's
And
recognized.
when,
But they
and
want to know
when.
it's recognized.
Exactly. But if I have a choice between that and compromising something, I just have to go along with it. It's not my area of expertise. I want to make sure that you are safe. And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate, and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And when I am able to talk, I will be happy to go into great detail.
Okay. And you've got me on the street, and you're welcome to call me at any time. I'll call you right back.
No problem. And just in terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 work days. That's it. And if President Biden extends me an invitation, I took it.
Cricket. Why is she whispering, though? Why is she whispering? Like she's at the library or something. Oh, man. Elon is more. We can read between the lines for sure. Yeah. She sounds so concerned for the residents, doesn't she? Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, I'm just running through this chat here. Cindy says, no one informed her. Did everybody want her out? Let her go so she can go screw herself. Doesn't sound like she actually would have helped if she was there anyways. Agreed. Agreed. Everything went wrong in that situation. It's crazy. Yep. Her whispering on the phone. Like, who whispers like that on the phone? Unless you're trying to hide something. Unless you're around people. You don't want them to hear. You don't need to be whispering. Yeah, it's, I got this. You'll find out really soon. What? It's ridiculous. Anyways, guys. All right. All right. Well, that was the recap for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. We got a lot of cool stuff coming this coming week. Man, there's some stuff coming out probably this week from Cash Patel, Miss Bondi, all that good stuff. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Dick Durbin throwing his tantrum and the former Vikings kicker throwing his tantrum too. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got Ice Ice Baby. We got Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, same exact thing happened to Maui. Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. We'll see how long it takes Cali to rebuild. All right. Cool, guys. I am going to jump on out of here. I want to give a huge shout out to the moderators in the chat. Again, some of the best moderators in the biz. I truly appreciate you jumping on with me early this morning on a Saturday. So shout out to the moderators in the chat. And then shout out to everybody catching this on the live. All right, guys, if you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section. And do me a favor on your way out, go ahead and smash the like button if you kindly would. It does help with the YouTube algorithms. Drop your comments down below, guys, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have an amazing weekend, guys.